Hi there boys and girls, it's Kyle here again. What I'm looking to do today is just a wee bit more on kind of some writing techniques, and what I thought we'd do is the concept of show don't tell. And I'm going to do a wee bit more like I've done last time, where I'll do something along on the screen while we go through the concept. Now, the concept of show don't tell, just to explain that in a wee bit more detail, is the idea that rather than just telling the reader what the emotion of a character is, we want to show what that emotion is. And that idea of show don't tell can go into more than just kind of the emotions of a character. It can go into kind of various different things as well. But this is kind of the most applicable one, and this is what we are going to look at today specifically. Okay, so what I have on my screen is three sentences or three kind of short phrases, and these indicate things that are telling the reader how a character feels. So Gary was angry, Gary was in love, Gary was scared. And what we want to do is just transform them from things that tell the reader what the character's feeling to showing the reader what the character's feeling. Alright, that's what we're going to look at today. This is going to really kind of help your writing and things like that as well by doing that. So, first of all, Gary was angry. What can we do about that? How can we change that? Now, the way to think about how a character, feels with these particular emotions, or how you can describe it in a way that shows it as opposed to tells it, is to think about what you feel and what you do when you're angry, basically. Okay, so let's think about it. What do we do when we're angry? We maybe, we go, so we grit our teeth. That's something to do. So we'll write this down. So we grit our teeth. That's our jaws clenching as well. So we grit our teeth, jaws clenched. What other things do we do? I'm doing that. So like, you see my eyebrows? My eyebrows are all raised. So raised eyebrows. My eyes, you can see in my eyes that I'm angry. So I've got, angry eyes. I've done that as well. I made fists with my hands. So, you can see there like making fists. Other ways to describe that, is like your knuckles kind of go white when that happens, or you're digging your fingers into your palms when you're making knuckles, like that, all of these things. So digging fingers into palms. What was the other one there? Knuckles going white. All of these things. I don't have necessarily, you can kind of see like, there's veins in the neck, and there's maybe like veins that appear on heads and things like that as well. So veins in the neck, veins on the head, maybe my face goes red as well. Feel the anger and stuff like that as well. So there's a whole bunch of different things there, right? And what we can do is, that's meant to say digging. That wasn't very well spelled, was it? Digging. So then, how do we turn that into a sentence then? How do we make all of these things into something? So let's say, and we'll just start from the beginning. Gary grit his teeth and felt his jaw clench. Now, another thing to think as well is that you don't just want the physical aspects of what he's doing, but also, how he's feeling in that moment. So now, as well, before I carry on with this sentence, I want to think about it. So that's kind of physically what's going to happen, alright, and that's how it physically looks. But I also, want to think about in a way like, how do you feel more, more than just, I am angry. How does anger literally feel when you're feeling it, So for me, let's think back, think back to a time, you're angry, or try and channel, something that, maybe makes you angry when you think about it, and what happens? Well, I feel myself tensing up, my muscles are getting tense, I'm doing things like that, so I don't feel very relaxed, I feel tense, my muscles are tense. So that's one thing, that's how I feel, so my muscles are tense. What else do I feel now? When I feel angry, you sometimes feel it, in your stomach. There's a kind of, there's a feeling in your stomach, like a kind of, like a wee ball of, fire in your stomach, like a wee, ball of rage inside your stomach. So let's say ball of fire twisted stomach, that's also something. You know, sometimes, you know, you're trying to keep the anger down, and then you feel it, you know, whoa, you kind of feel it well up, whoa, and you can't, you know, control it, and so there's that as well. So anger can well up. What else can we think about? Anger, sometimes, you know, you kind of, you know, people say seeing red, so you're kind of not aware of what you're doing. You're a bit, it takes over. It's a bit you're unconscious when you do it. So then maybe we'll say something like that as well. You know, like you feel a bit disorientated or a bit, you know, kind of out of it, like, you know, a bit kind of lightheaded and things like that as well. Okay, so they're all things that you feel physically. Alright, so that's how it physically looks or appears, or things that you do, and these are things how it physically feels. Alright, and a combination of these two things is what's going to really bring out the, you know, the show don't tell aspect of what you're doing. So Gary grit his teeth and felt his jaw clench. His muscles were tense, and he could feel the anger rising in his stomach to the surface, maybe something like that. He dug his fingers into his palms, making fists until his knuckles were white. Oh. We can always go back and fix these things. And then we would say until his knuckles were white. Gary grit his teeth, felt his jaw clench, his muscles were tense, and he could feel the anger rising in his stomach to the surface. He dug his fingers under the bang, making fists until his knuckles were white. So you know, and then Gary done something, and then that's another thing you want, right? It's the action. So the action's going to be the final thing that kind of, you know, Gary pounded his fist off the table, or, you know, you can say something like Gary swept the whatever it is, the paperwork off the desk in anger. You know what I mean? So you want a wee bit of how it physically looks, how it physically feels, and then you want some action that then demonstrates that particular emotion. So rather than saying, you know, what we started with, Gary was angry, we've now said Gary grit his teeth, felt his jaw clench, his muscles were tense, and he could feel the anger rising in his stomach to the surface. He dug his fingers into his palms, making fists until his knuckles were white. Gary swept the paperwork off the desk in anger. Alright, so there's a big, you know, rather than just, you know, Gary was angry, now we've got, you know, a really kind of demonstrated, you know, a show don't tell way of Gary being angry. So there we go. And I think, you know, that works quite well, and you can, you know, you can chop and change it. It doesn't need to be exactly that, but you can, you know, you can see how we started with some things here, some ideas. I haven't used all of these, like face going red, like veins in the neck and stuff like that, so you can still, you know, you can play about with it in the way that you think that it feels, and, you know, the sentence structure, what we were talking about last week and things like that, you can kind of chop and change all of that as it suits yourself, and make it your own, and what you think works in that situation. So we'll do, I think we can do the same thing again. I think that's a good probably place to stop it there, because that went on quite long, so we won't kind of go through each of these, but you can kind of get the idea of what you would do. So love, what does love physically look like? You're maybe like blushing, you're embarrassed, you know. You know, people kind of like, you know, maybe play with their hair, or, you know, when they're in love, they laugh a lot, ha 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 ha, you know, these kind of things. When you're scared, you know, you're maybe shivering, you're you know, you're kind of struggling to talk, you're breathing really heavy, maybe, you know, these kind of things. Your eyes are really wide, you see how I've done that there. So that's what to do as well, is, you know, if you're trying to think about how a feeling physically looks, sit in front of the mirror and try and act it out as if, oh, you really are feeling that emotion, you know, try and channel that emotion and try and feel it in that moment, and then kind of analyze it in the way that I just done there. Think about how does it look, how does it feel, and then, you know, you can start off writing wee things like I've done there on the screen, you know, these kind of things here, how it physically looks, how it physically feels, and then think about how that's then going to translate into an action, and then that's what's going to give you a good kind of sentence like that. So what you can do is take these two ones that I've got here. I'll give you some wee kind of tips on how it physically looks. You can think about, you know, more of those kind of things, as well as how it, you know, physically feels, you know, when you're scared. You know, how does that feel when you're in love? How does that feel? Two, you know, opposite ends of the spectrum there. So have a think about that. Try and maybe work on that on your own, and see how you do with that. Alright, so I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you a bit with that wee example I've given there with anger, and I hope you get something out of that. So thanks very much for watching. Remember, our competition is still ongoing, so get your submissions into the Dropbox. If you have any questions or want feedback on your work, again, send that to the Dropbox or get in touch through the website or the Facebook page. So hope you're all keeping well and having a fantastic Easter. Alright, goodbye.